Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your daily reading. Let's see what messages we have for the collective this morning. That death card keeps showing up on the bottom of the deck. It really feels like a transformative time. There's Temperance. Let's see what messages we have for you today. Temperance still on the bottom. Okay. Collective energy, what's happening today? Ooh, did you see that? Star card. Make a wish, my friends. This is a weekend. It feels like a weekend of visualizing, manifestation through visualization, and rising up from something that may have knocked you down temporarily. Temporary setback. There's your Tower card. Things were, it's not a setback. It feels like a setback. It may have felt like an emotional setback or some kind of a setback, but really this was clearing room for this, right? We're making room. We're making lots of space so we can clear out things that no longer serve us to make way for our path ahead. And sometimes there's emotional attachment. Sometimes there's memories. Sometimes it can evoke a lot of closure type feelings, which might be a little unsettling. There's the Queen of Rods in reverse. Might also make you feel like you want to fight a little bit here. Like, let's say, something has shifted. You may feel like that's not fair, and you might want to really express that in kind of a way that doesn't serve you, but it might be necessary for an emotional release. But I feel like we're seeing the Queen of Rods in reverse sort of as like, it almost feels like a message of don't let your emotions get the better of you. Feel it so that you can heal it, but don't let your emotions let you lose control of yourself. Does that make sense? The Queen of Rods in reverse can be very vengeful. She might want revenge. She might want to seek out some sort of justice that isn't spiritually necessary, but may be necessary for the ego. It's an interesting card. Six of Wands. You will be victorious. You will be victorious. You need to just focus on whatever it is that you want to bring in. Where do you see yourself going? What wish are you making on that star? Hermit card. You're deep in reflection right now. You might be feeling this introspective vibe. It's interesting. On the surface, I think there's a lot of emotions on the surface with that Queen of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of stuff coming to the surface that may cause a reaction instead of a response or no response. Sometimes the best response is to just walk away. And seeing that Six of Wands makes me feel like you will be walking away and you will be better for it. You will be victorious. You will be, you might even be acknowledged somehow by others for this. Sometimes that energy is one of people recognizing that you've walked away, and that might be enough. You might not need to have this moment where you react emotionally to the change in this situation. And I think change is putting it lightly. But the Six of Wands makes me feel like just you walking away is enough. That's going to be the acknowledgement that you're done. That's going to be the acknowledgement that this is done. You're finished with this. Now, seeing the Seven of Pentacles in reverse after the Hermit, that makes me feel like after you've had time to process this situation and take the wisdom from it, you're going to have to make a choice about where you want to invest yourself now. I can't help but feel like whatever it was that shifted had a big investment. You were investing a lot of yourself in it, your time, your energy, You had a sense of grounding in this situation. You felt secure to some degree in that acknowledgement that this connection was something I'm investing in. You know what I mean? And so I feel like now that you've sort of seen the truth with this Tower card, you feel the emotions coming to the surface with the Queen of Rods in reverse, and you're sort of feeling like, I want to say how I feel about this. This isn't fair. This isn't just. I don't deserve this. That's where this is coming from, right? It's coming from feeling wounded. If you ask yourself long enough what your anger's name is, its name is grief. We tend to have these reactions when we feel like someone has done something that's not fair, something we didn't deserve. And you're almost grieving the loss of this connection right now. I do feel like walking away is the only option when I look at these cards. It feels like walking away is the path to your new timeline. Okay. And that after you sort of have time to process this and do so in a way that shows you the wisdom of this experience. When I look at that Hermit card, that's Virgo energy as well. We see Aquarius, Virgo, and Queen of Rods would give you your fire sign energy. Specifically, that is your Aries. You've sort of got everything going on here. That Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it might be a challenge for you to imagine a path forward away from this momentarily. I feel like that's going to be a moment where you're at a pause, perhaps today, perhaps for the weekend, perhaps for the week, where you're starting to really understand that path has ended. And so now, as you move forward, where will you invest yourself? Well, we see the Star card at the very beginning, so it's up to you. Where do you want to invest yourself? What feels like a connection for you right now? You may need to sort of tap into your intuitive self. You may need to spend some time maybe away from thinking about this, to think about what makes me feel nurtured, what makes me feel like I'm connected to myself in more than just relationships with others, but to myself. Let's see here. What would help understand that? Yeah, you got to stop thinking about it. Getting distance from thinking about this, maybe going for a walk, maybe connecting to nature, whatever clears your mind. You need distance from this, and it may be a challenge. It might feel challenging to get distance from this situation mentally because it's fresh. It's on your mind. You're thinking about it, and by thinking about it, it's interesting seeing that Hermit card right in the middle of your reading. Thinking about it isn't necessarily going to give you the wisdom. Thinking about it might just enrage you more with that Queen of Rods in reverse. The idea here is to try to understand, what was this experience teaching me all along? What was I learning about myself in this experience? Trying not to focus on the other people involved, trying to bring it always back to the self. What was this teaching me about myself? And now that this lesson is over, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here with the wisdom I've acquired? And there's an element of healing here. This sucked. This was not easy. This was not an easy separation, but it was necessary. Not easy, but necessary. There's that line, Tower, Hermit, Three of Swords. So albeit wasn't easy, but it was necessary, my friends. This may have felt like something, for some, that was sudden. But you know what? I think for some of you, you knew this day was coming. You knew this day was coming. You knew this day was coming, but it doesn't change how much it hurts. Doesn't change how much it hurts, even though you knew this was going to happen. It's time to get distance from it. We see that Six of Wands mirroring that Six of Swords. In order to be victorious and walk away from this, we got to stop thinking about it. Got to stop thinking about it. Got to stop replaying it. That's not the way to extract the wisdom. This is that's the way to stay wounded, right? That keeps these swords in your heart. To remove them, we need to understand what this lesson was trying to teach us. We need to let go. Another thing, seeing this in reverse, says to me that you might be clinging to this a little bit still. So needing to let it go, let that tower wash away, take the wisdom from the experience to move forward. And we see the moon on the bottom of the deck. Lots of things bubbling up beneath the surface here. This is teaching you more than you may realize. This isn't just about an ending. This is about something that it's teaching you about yourself. That's too many cards. I'm looking for one card. Thank you. Four of Pentacles in reverse. You know, it's interesting. Four of Pentacles would give you, that's Capricorn energy. Seven of Pentacles, Taurus. There's a lot of different signs on the table here. But right in the center is Virgo. Right in the center is Virgo, which really makes me feel like the whole point of this experience was for you to understand, what was this experience teaching you about yourself? What can you learn from this experience about the self? Not so much focusing on the other people involved. Seeing that Four of Pentacles in reverse is also saying to me that letting go is, you need to let go. And I feel will, because that four is in reverse, and that always makes me feel like you're starting to detach from something when that Four of Pentacles is in reverse. But seeing it here, its energy is still present. So you're almost hanging on to it by thinking about it. You're hanging on to it by thinking to yourself, how could that have happened? How could they have done that? That's not the point of this. The point of this is to say, what did this teach me about myself? I'm going to leave it at that. Let's just see what's on the bottom of the deck before we go. Ace of Cups. I mean, this is a new beginning. And I really feel by visualizing where you want to go, by visualizing where you want to go and investing yourself there. That's where you're going to find your new beginning, is visualizing where you want to be, investing yourself in that pathway. You're going to be on a new path here. And you know what's interesting, as the cards fell out of my hand, there's the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess. So don't be fooled by appearances here. Don't let the surface of this situation confuse you. Tap into your intuition to find out what this was really trying to teach you so that you can have your new beginning. This is not as it appears. This is not simply a situation of deception and I got to move on. That's it. No, there's something more here for you to discover about yourself. And I feel like that is really why we're seeing the Hermit at the center of your reading. And as you move towards your new beginning, it's going to be healing as it is revealing. I'm going to leave it at that, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend and a great day.